And
Welcome to the channel.
Go.
Every single episode. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the guy who gets interrupted all the time by my friend. Welcome back. We are here to revive fossils. It's the Soul Link. Can we get our personal best today? Will Hoenn lose another pair? Find out right now. Hoenn, go ahead and let's revive some fossils, dude. Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna revive my Helix fossil. He's gonna wander off. He's gonna go.
The question is, oh, I got an Axew.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, I don't know if that's custom form or not. Wait.
No idea.
Oh, we have to check the box for that. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna keep reviving them, and
Go?
then we'll figure it out. But
Oh, I'm so annoyed. Go isn't.
that would have been cool. Yeah.
Custom form.
Super
Although,
Lux.
I just realized.
Yeah. You can still take the
I love
item off
Go-Go.
though, so that's good. Oh, I got a
splash
Sunker.
plate.
So I think that was my other fossil. Because I already have Sunker.
Okay.
So oh well.
Okay. Okay, my second one. Old Amber. What have you got?
Halucha. Wait, I think
Halucha.
Halucha's a custom form.
Riolu.
Oh, Riolu's not custom. That's
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Okay, final Pokemon.
Let's see. Axew is not custom form.
It's not.
Halucha is not,
Darkrai.
and oh boy, none of our fossils were custom forms.
Wow. Okay.
That's horrible. I'm gonna move these down into the corner away from our actual custom
neither
forms.
mine are.
Dude, we were so hyped to start this episode with custom forms. Nope.
We even had the conversation off screen about, oh yeah, there's no point like showing it on screen because they're always just rubbish anyway. And then turns out I was right, folks. That's why, you should never go against Hoenn.
So a couple quick things. Yes, you should never go against Hoenn. Couple quick things. I have a Staraptor. Hoenn, I don't know if you want to show off your new Pokemon, but because of the fact that we could not get our Megas, or sorry, our Megas that we got in the tower a couple episodes ago, they were not custom formed, so mine was Manectric here in the box. We're not using non-custom form Pokemon, so we consider that a token, which means Hoenn and I off-screen went and found an encounter that was closest to where we left off last episode and just got the first thing we could find. I got a Staraptor water flying type mixed with Hoenn's Zorua? Yeah.
Zorua.
It's ice type right now. We'll have to see the fully evolved form, but
you know it, don't you? You might just tell me.
Okay, so fully evolved is Ice Ghost. I actually love that. I think that's a cool
nice.
typing.
Also, immune to fighting types.
Yeah, which is really nice. Also, I evolved Leafzard from a pathetic Swadloon to an okay Leavanny. It's got Illusion, which is cool.
Terrible.
So I'll take it.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's fully evolved, which is the biggest thing for me. I just needed it to be a bit more viable. So there we go. All right.
We've got a nice team. We're rocking out with a nice team here.
I'm just disappointed that none of those. We were so excited.
None of them. It's so disappointing. I would love to do a version of this where every single Pokemon is a custom form.
That would be crazy.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
It'd be so much fun.
So,
how dare you keep us waiting?
But Hoenn, that actually opens a question that I want to know is, would you, if you, me, and Soul do Oras, would we do it as the normal, regular version randomized or custom form? Because the custom forms in Oras are different, aren't they? Or are they the same? Because you've played it with Tommy. I don't know.
Yeah, custom forms. I don't know how many there is, but it definitely felt like there was a lot.
Okay.
But it was a lot. That was like 2 years ago, I think I did that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. By the way, if you got Horny on your team, I'm just trying to think. We need to recap.
Horny. No, so this is the team we ended the last episode with.
Okay, who have you got? Shadow?
So I've got Metagross, Shadow, Throat Goat, Knuckles, Sixes, and Leafzard.
So I thought Leafzard was dead.
No, Leafzard is with your Xerneas.
Xerneas.
Did you lose Xerneas? I don't think so.
I don't think I lost Xerneas.
You lost, it was the Ariados. You lost your Ariados, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because that was in the death box. So what were the names of the Pokemon? Wait, is Xerneas in your death box?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it definitely did not die. You lost, because I remember I literally edited this the other day. You lost, here, let me go back to the PC. Let me I'll go back and double check, but man, I know we lost Sixes because I was really upset about losing the Meganium.
Yeah.
Or
so
sorry, sevens. We called
and
it
Sucker Punch. Sevens and Sucker Punch I lost, wasn't it? The Primeape and the Galvantula. Okay, so at least
because I lost my Kyogre and my Meganium.
Yeah.
Jesus, what a difference.
Right,
you lost an Ariados and a freaking Mon, and I lost a starter and a Legendary.
Okay. Oh, let's not lose any more ones.
No, let's not. But you know what's crazy?
I'm losing 0 today.
Even with all the recent deaths being yours, you still haven't hit double digits yet, and I am at 15.
No way!
Because of that wipe, I lost 6 Pokemon to the guy who we're gonna face today.
Yes.
Hoenn, I'm a gentleman. Why don't you go first? Let's see what you can get.
Thank you very much. I am going to throw in Metagross because then I can do some stuff. I'm gonna just there's usually here he is straight there in there. Let's get the custom form. It's not a custom form.
I think we already talked about this. It's AZ's Floette that's custom, right? Because that's what I had, which was Ice Ghost or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. Okay, well I'm gonna keep searching around. British, don't feel like you have to wait for me. Go and
well, I'm trying to figure out what I can attack with because my team's pretty high level. I feel like. And I don't know what I have that's not gonna hit super hard. All right. I mean, I can go give it a shot. I've got honey, so I might try that here.
You got honey galore. I think it doesn't work. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work here, but give it a try. You never know.
I've got 39 honeys. 39. So I don't think it matters because I don't think we're gonna have 39 more encounters. We could. Okay. Well, that answers my question.
Well, I guess we're about. Does it not work?
Does not work. It said it doesn't work. Yep. All right,
I think we struggled here last time.
We did, yeah. Now, I will say, if you find something in the rocks, that could count too. I mean, that's still an encounter. Okay. So let's see if there's rocks around here to smash. Oh, right.
Oh, right. Oh, there's something hidden here, I'm telling you now. Firestone. I got Firestone. I'm on fire.
You're on fire, dude. You're on... Oh, I got a PP up. Guys, it's very important to make sure you're PP up.
You don't get your PP up, you... girlfriend, wife, husband, boyfriend might be very disappointing.
We'll only do it in secure areas that are safe, that are, areas that are not, obviously be careful.
Or in front of the police so you know you're protected.
That's all right. This is why we don't listen to Hoenn, and this is why we can't have nice things. So, yeah, thanks, Hoenn.
But do you not do that over in the States? Over here, you can get your PP out in front of the police all the time.
You can. Now, that doesn't mean there's no consequences, but yes, you technically can. True. Yeah, you're just PPing up out in the streets, and there you go. It's just a PP up contest.
out right now.
That's, wow. Disturbing and exciting at the same time.
Could you imagine if that was the case?
Man.
Okay, right. I need a Pokemon with Rock Smash, so who can learn Rock Smash?
Ooh, Burn Heal. By the way, Hoenn, I think that I am in a very interesting spot that's good for me because I have Metagross the Starmie and the Blaziken, and both of them are setup mons where I can just set up and sweep as I've done for the last 2 gyms. I think the reason
haven't you?
I've done that for 2 gyms now, so I'm fine. I think the deaths are more so going to fall on you depending on type matchups because you don't have setup. Not because of talent. That's definitely not what I meant by that.
Okay. I feel some very mixed messaging going on right now.
What? Dude, are you serious? No, man. It's not. You're just as good as me at Pokemon.
Please, for once. Oh, I just lost a Pokemon.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I did?
We start the episode.
Absolutely hilarious.
And you lose a
start the episode like, I've lost one. Lost one. I'm afraid.
You're not wrong, British. I'm actually really bad at this.
I'm terrible. I'm actually the worst PokeTuber in existence.
Nobody is surprised by that statement.
Listen. Got Aftermath. The Weedle has Aftermath. Okay, fine. Whatever. Oh, I got loads of Shell Bells, didn't I? Because I have next to no healing items.
Which is good. I mean, that helps a little bit. It's something.
It helps. I wouldn't mind some healing items, though. It'd be quite nice. So, my wife has started to do something whenever I am recording.
Okay.
So, what she does is she sends me, funny videos of content creators online. And this one says 22 million views. And I can't help if she's sending me that because she thinks it's funny, or to mock me for having nowhere near that amount of views, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be quite honest.
Could be.
I don't know.
That's so wrong. You guys just like, wow. It's great. Keep going. I love it.
I did mention to it the other day about I'd love to get you on a video where, because she really does not know Pokemon.
Okay.
And I could do, is it a Pokemon or is it a Pal from Pal World?
Oh, I've seen people do those. Those are cool. I love those. Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I'll be up for it, but I don't want to show my video, my face. And I was like, well, okay, how are we going to do it? She was like, well, I could do it as a podcast. I'm like, the one media where you need to be able to see what you're showing people.
Right.
And you choose the one that we can't actually use. So that idea is going absolutely nowhere, unfortunately. Yep.
You know what's funny, actually, speaking of that, I have been asked by people in the community if I would get Monica to do a randomized Nuzlocke on live stream. And I kind of love that idea. I used to have Monica on some of my streams in the past. We did like Mario Kart.
Did you?
No, yeah, we did like, so I'm trying to think. It was Mario Party and I thought there was another game. There was like 2 other games we played. But we had a really good time. People enjoyed it. And I used to do Monica Mondays for like, I think I did it for like a month or something like that.
I love that.
Yeah, it was really fun. The only problem is, yeah, she liked it. The only problem is that due to her work schedule, she's not always available on Mondays. And so it kind of made it a little difficult to do that consistently. But I brought it up and people were like, yeah, we'd love to see that. I'm not going to lie. I kind of love the idea of like me sitting here and being like, all right, go for it. And just seeing what she does. And then obviously being here if she like has a question or like needs help or something. Because, you know, obviously I know so much about Pokemon. I'm obviously really talented. I know my typings.
you know a lot about Pokemon. I think you're quite knowledgeable about Pokemon. By the way,
thank you.
Sunstone down here. Sunstone down here.
Sunkern, get ready to evolve. Yeah.
Let's do it. You know what would be quite fun to do is a 2-player Soul Link.
Oh, no.
Where it's Monica and Molly playing it.
I knew you were going to go this route.
We can't advise them whatsoever. And just seeing how they mess it up and Pokemon die. Like, the only stipulation you tell them is, like, if a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead. And you can only try and catch the first Pokemon on any route. Just to see how they get on.
Yep.
Which probably wouldn't be very well, because Moles knows next to nothing about Pokemon.
So, to be fair, though, Monica's not a veteran Pokemon player. Like, the biggest thing she did with Pokemon was she collected cards when she was a kid. She actually has a base set 2 Charizard holographic in an old binder.
Wow,
she has a Charizard, Venusaur, Nidoking, and 2 other holographics. Wow. Yeah, she's got a bunch of cards, which is really cool. So, which is nice, and I've got the binder in my game room. It's pretty cool. But outside of that, she told me recently, she was like, I've never fully beaten a Pokemon game. She was like, I've played them, and I've played them on the Game Boy, DS, all that stuff. She was like, I've just never fully beaten one. So she'd have a slight leg up from that perspective, but she doesn't like remember all the stats or like typings and stuff. So it's doable.
I only recently have started to figure out some of the typings that I didn't ever learn as a child or can never quite grasp how they affect one another. Because it's complicated. It
really is.
18 typings with multiple weaknesses and resistances and immunities that then are almost multiplied by a high amount, because obviously some Pokemon have secondary typings. It just gets very, very confusing, and my game does not like Spiritomb coming out.
Wow, that's crazy. By the way, I have encountered about 75 encounters, and I cannot do anything. Also, this Tentacruel has locked me in with Magnet Pull. That sucks.
Kill it.
So I already have this as a Pokemon, so I'm not going to catch it again.
Okay. No.
But this is the only custom form I found. The rest of them are all non-custom forms, so we'll just have to skip this encounter. But I will say, in the future, and maybe for this series we can do it for like this route, maybe off screen we do what we did with Staraptor and the Zorua, and just go get encounters to replace them off screen, because this is just going to take too long if we try to do it in an episode to try and find an actual custom form. So as long as people are okay with it, which I think they are, I think that's what we do.
Okay, let's do that then. Also, this Pokemon is putting Sleep Claw Spiritomb. You can only put one Pokemon to sleep at a time.
You fool.
Honestly. Disrespect. Honestly, what an absolute cheat.
What a cheater. By the way,
yes.
I don't know what I was going to say.
Waiting. What were you going to say?
I don't know. I really don't know.
There was something I was going to say to you earlier, and I've completely forgotten as well. I can't remember what it was now. What was it? What was I going to say? And it was something about Pokemon, but I just can't remember what.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I remembered it.
Oh, go on.
I got you.
Yeah, you go first.
So the biggest thing with Pokemon that I struggled with and didn't realize as a kid was, like, resistances are so confusing, going back to what you were talking about. Like, I didn't realize, honestly, probably until the last year or so, that typings, so Mons, for the most part, this is not always true, but for the most part, if a Pokemon is super effective against another, so like if a fighting type is super effective against Dark, typically, again, not always, and you guys can let me know in the comments where I'm wrong, typically, what that means is that the reverse effect will take place, where fighting resists Dark because it's super effective. I didn't know that. I had no idea that was like I had no clue.
You know what? I can understand why you might not think that though, because there are some that are, when flipped, aren't the case. Like, for example, I always used to think that fighting and normal couldn't hit Ghost, and Ghost couldn't hit fighting or normal. Only in the past year, maybe, I've found out that Ghost can hit fighting, which
it's
blows
crazy.
my mind that's the case. And I'm sure there's more. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, Dragon. Obviously, Dragon is super effective against Dragon for some reason. Still amazes me that Ice isn't
wait,
super
really quick.
effective.
Wait, you can buy fresh water here.
Oh, I have done.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, you need
fresh out of money now.
You need it.
Fresh out of money. I also need to go all the way back to heal my Pokemon because they are asleep and I don't have any items that allow me to heal.
Gotcha.
Sleep status. Honestly, I just need items. That's all I need.
You really do. I'm shocked that after that last gym, we checked the mart at the end of the last episode and you were like, yep, there is nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
The other thing I was going to say as well, so I remember as a kid, I got Gold and Silver, and I got the game. I had an old school, like, brick Game Boy, like the original gray one.
I remember playing,
dude, it's so nostalgic. I was playing Gold or Silver, and I always went for Quilava. I just loved Typhlosion. I was always a Fire fanboy. Like, that's just how it was. And I remember basically early on sticking with just one Pokemon. Like, I wouldn't catch many Pokemon because the early routes to me were so boring. It was like Pidgey, Rattata, like, some of the just, like, I don't know, kind of crappy Pokemon. And so I remember just spamming Ember. It would be Ember on rock types, ground types, water. I was just like, oh, it's Ember. It's his fire type move, so it's the best move I can use. Like, that was my thought process as a kid. And then I remember starting to work with Soulcrest, and he mentioned, like, oh, there's Stab and, like, all these other things. And I was like, yeah, man, I know that. Yeah, I know Stab. Soul, what does that mean again? Like, because I never looked into that as a kid. I just knew that. Because you just, exactly, yeah.
That information didn't exist.
Yep.
Like, it obviously it existed in the game, and the developers knew it, but, like, I remember when I first played Pokemon, the internet wasn't a thing.
Yep.
Like, flat wasn't a thing. You couldn't look these things up.
There was no Cerebi or, like, YouTube walkthroughs or anything. Yeah.
There wasn't. There was none of that. And I remember, speaking of, like, you powering through with a Pokemon that has Ember, my first playthrough of Pokemon was Pokemon Yellow. And I got a Mankey that evolved into a Primeape, and I soloed the game with Primeape, like, to the point where it was about 30, 40 levels above everything else, and I was just powering through. I remember Sabrina. Sabrina's a Psychic type, so it's really difficult. He's got Kadabra and Alakazam. Primeape just thrashed wipe them all. Like, honestly, to the point where I completed the game and felt so unfulfilled that I deleted the save file despite capturing every single Pokemon and starting again. Because my first playthrough, I called my character Ash.
Yeah.
Because of, because it's Pokemon Yellow. He's got a Pikachu. It's Ash.
It makes sense.
And then
it
was only after I completed, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I need to play this again. And it's so annoying, really, because I have got that original Pokemon Yellow just up here.
That's the OG one you played as a kid?
That's the OG one.
Wow.
However, it's not got the save file anymore. Because my daughter went through a phase of really enjoying Pokemon. Okay. And I was like, go on then, I'll delete it so you can start from the start. But she just wasn't a fan because obviously it's a product of its time.
Yes.
And if you're going to give someone a first Pokemon game, I don't think you should start them on the very originals because unfortunately, they don't hold up compared to the more you might as well give them one of the more modern ones that are just have a lot of the quality of life stuff that obviously the first couple of generations don't have. But yeah, I've got the original Yellow, OG
That's
Yellow.
So
I've got Fire Red over here in its actual cardboard box.
Wow.
Like I need to get that sent off and valued. I don't know if I ever told you. I've got a N64 Pikachu edition.
I've seen that.
Sealed. It's not opened.
Oh, it's not opened?
Never been used.
Oh, I've seen it in your backgrounds when we screen share.
It's still got the wrap around it, and I'm pretty sure it's got the price sticker on it. It's like £50 because they were obviously just trying to get rid of it. I didn't pay that. I paid way more than that, but it was one of those things that I couldn't pass up. I'd wanted one for a while, and then when I saw it was when I saw that it was unopened, I was like, yeah, I've got to go into that. And then the other day, so I don't know if you can just see just here.
Oh, Final Fantasy VII?
So, Final Fantasy VII for, I think, £16 in CEX. And and they said they had Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 6. And I went in there, I was like, oh, can I have like this? Can I look at 6 and can I look at 7? So I looked at them and I was like, I can treat myself to one because it's been a while since I've treated myself. So I thought I'll get Final Fantasy 7. But I must admit now I am kicking myself that I didn't get 6 as well. So when I get paid, I might head back, see if it's there. Because these are all the games that I got rid of a long time ago where, I was at university and I wanted the latest console and the latest games. I was like, well, I'll get rid of all the old ones. So I sold all my PS1 games, my PS2 games, and regret it. I just flat out regret it now. I'm so annoyed that I did that. So now I'm just slowly trying to reclaim them, and it's annoying I will never get the versions I had, but I can at least buy some from a nostalgia point of view just to, feel like I've not lost part of my childhood.
That's cool, man. It's so funny that you were talking about, like, how kind of out of date, obviously, Pokemon Yellow is because... I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, I kind of want to go back and, like, play Pokemon Red and Blue just to, like, just for the nostalgia feel of it. And so I did. I actually have, so I don't have a setup like you do where, like, it's set up on the wall, but I have a next to, so to the left over here, you can't see it, but there's a TV with a TV stand, and I've got PlayStation 5, GameCube, PS4, and then a bunch of games in the bottom. In the bottom, there's a plastic baggie where we have, like, my old Game Boy, Monica's old Game Boy from when she was a kid, and we have her old Game Boy Yellow. I think it's Pokemon Yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, so, like, I played that the other day, and I played maybe 5 minutes, and I was like, can't use speed up, you can't randomize it, like, it's just so different, and... it wasn't
so
even
slow.
And it wasn't just that stuff. I'm obviously kidding about randomizer and, like, the speed up. It was more so the fact that, like, it's just so outdated and it's not playable, and, like, it's the typing situation with Psychic being ridiculously good. Like, there's just so many issues with that old game, and while I love it for nostalgia's sake, I still think it should be rated as, like, a top-tier game, but for nostalgia reasons only, not for playability. Like, that's the difference between it. I think
you can look back on it and you can still appreciate it for what it did. Because if we didn't get Generation 1, just imagine, like, we wouldn't even be talking now.
Yep. That's crazy.
We wouldn't be talking. It's just, it blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Yep. And I would actually love a BDSP style artwork remake of Pokemon Yellow.
Yes.
I would
yes.
I would absolutely love that. I still maintain that they should do those style of games, but call them almost like a demake is the wrong word, but that kind of I've already got. I
thought you had that already.
I've got a Vileplume, so I'm not gonna waste my time capturing this one, because if I'm gonna get another Pokemon, which I'm entitled to, I want one that I've not already got.
Yeah, I think the art style you're talking about, I know what you're thinking of. I would love that. There's been rumors, actually, that there is going to be a Johto remake. Not necessarily Johto Legends Arceus thing, but just a straight-up Johto remake with the, like, Let's Go art style, which I think is... If they do that, I will be thrilled, but I don't...
I don't
know.
So, recently, Nintendo released the sales figures for the Pokemon games. First place
we were talking about that last episode.
Yeah, so first place is Red, Blue, and Green. Second place is Sword and Shield. Third place is Scarlet and Violet. Fourth place is Gold and Silver. And they have seen... Yeah, because me and Connor looked, because the last time the sales figures were announced were in September. And they have, like, Gold and Silver is sold between September and the other week. And this figure's off the top of my head, don't quote me for it, but 600,000 units of Gold and Silver, which just me and Connor were like, wait, how has that happened? And it's because, obviously, the 3DS online features are shutting down, or have shut down.
Gotcha.
Which means that people rushed out to get Gold and Silver. So what a great time to then go, oh, you missed out? Or, oh, you want to play that again? Here's another way that you can play that. It's such a clever idea. And it's a bit like, I don't know if you remember, a long time ago, how long? So this would have been about 15, 16 years ago. I tried to get The Lion King on DVD, back when DVDs were the thing, and just could not get it anywhere. And the reason why was because I found out that what Disney does in order to boost sales is if it goes, okay, if we're going to release The Lion King, this is what their strategy was at the time. If we're going to release this on Blu-ray in a year's time, then let's just cut all DVD sales, because then people start to go, I really want to buy this. Oh, I can't buy it. And the prices go through the roof because other people are like, oh, no, you can get it if you pay secondhand for it. So that when eventually it does come out on Blu-ray for cheaper than what DVD secondhand is going for, people think it's a bargain. Yep. And they've been like built up to go, oh, this is really difficult to get. I'm going to get it. And, I think there's a similar thing with Pokemon of, there's a reason why sometimes when you see Pokemon games in secondhand shops and they are in the hundreds of pounds, that's part of the reason why, is because people hoard them, and the handful that are available on the marketplace, for example, they can pump the prices up because they know they haven't really got much competition, especially on games that you can't buy firsthand anymore.
No, I agree. I mean, all of that makes sense. And to be honest, from a marketing perspective and the way they do it from a business perspective, that makes sense. It forces us to buy these games, which, to be honest, though, if they make a remake of Johto with the Pokemon Let's Go art style, I will buy that twice. I'll buy the Let's Go Gold and Let's Go Silver. Like, that thing looked amazing. And even if it's not that exact art style, but something similar, I would 100% be all over that, especially because I'd be curious, right? When we got Oras remake, and I don't remember this for sure. Obviously, randomizer, you can throw anything in the game. PK Hex, you can throw stuff in. But for the OG Oras games, were any of the Generation 1 through 5 Pokemon in the game normally, or was it only Gen 6? Remember? It's been so long.
Other gens are on there. So the only generation that has done that where you can only get the generation introduced in that game is Gen 5. It was one of the things with Unova. It was, oh no, we want, because what the developers realized is that a lot of players, when they play a game, they go for the Pokemon they've already used before that are their favorites. So in Unova, they were like, well, let's just prevent that from happening. So you have to build a fresh team of 6 that you've never used before, and then you get all those older Pokemon in the post game.
Gotcha. Because the reason I bring that up is because, like, I'd be curious if you're doing a remake of Johto and you're not bringing in new Pokemon, I would honestly expect them to do the opposite of Unova and say, okay, well, we're not bringing in a new region or a new generation of Pokemon. Let's give you, you know, maybe not all 9 generations, but maybe they give us the first 7 or 6 or I don't know, something. I don't know if they'll do that. I just feel like, to the Unova point, Unova thing makes sense because you want people to get excited and focus on the new Pokemon. But for a remake of Johto, I'd love it if they threw in like, oh, early game you have access to Mankey and you can get an Annihilate pretty quickly, or oh, you know, you get access to a second set of starters from like going to Professor Oak. Oh, that'd be great. You know, in Johto, when you have to go deliver the egg, or no, not deliver the egg. You talk to the Pokemon egg guy with Professor Oak in that house.
Imagine if Mr. Pokemon.
Yep. Imagine if Oak was like, oh, by the way, you can pick from one of these 3 Gen 9 starters. What? Like, I don't think that's gonna happen, like but something like that would be really cool. So I think they should make it more open to the other generations, but we'll see, man.
One of the things that I have grown more okay with, why are you using Rock Tomb? That I've grown more okay with as time has gone on is, I think I'm gonna have to swap here, but I have no idea what I swap into. You know what? I'm gonna have to nuzzle this Pokemon. Not all Pokemon being available in every single game. I know some people might not like that. I think what I've realized though is that and Scarlet and Violet and Sun and Shield made me realize this of, you know, you get the base game of 400, then you get an extra 200 Pokemon, then you get an extra 200 Pokemon, and so many of the Mons, I'm like, I'm catching these Mons when I've already got them just for Pokedex completion, and I'm never going to use them. So why give me all that busy work? I would much rather just, you know, I'd rather than do what Legends Arceus did of, no, there's 400 odd Pokemon in this game. That's the Pokedex, and these are the reasons we've chosen them. I'd much rather have that than every single Pokemon being available in every single game.
Yeah, I agree. I think also to add to that, Hoenn, you know what's funny that you brought that up? So one of the things I'm actually okay with now, and this is not to give the Pokemon Company excuse to make bad Pokemon games, but I am not stressed about them providing us with kind of a lackluster game or something that us as the fans want to be, want to see them do a better job of in the future. And I say that because of one reason and one reason only, and that is mods. There are people that make such good and such great improvements on games. I mean, you can look at like Radical Red, the mods they make to that, the BDSP game we've talked about that Lucina is working, or Ucina, I think their name is working on to make BDSP insanely better. Like, and that's, again, that's not to say that they shouldn't have some accountability for making bad games or like lackluster, you know, exciting, you know, new regions and stuff like that. But if we're gonna get a Pokemon game, I feel like the community is big enough with Pokemon that there will be someone like a Ucina or someone else like a Supercell who did Radical Red. They'll mod the game to make it better. So for me, the same way you're not stressed about like getting the whole decks, I'm not stressed about them not making the perfect game. It sucks to put it back on someone to mod the game and make it better, but I know someone's going to do that anyway, so it is what it is, right? So,
no, I get that. I think you hit the nail on the head there, where like that shouldn't give them an excuse for being lazy or rushing out games like they do. But at the same time, it's kind of like if they could do the yearly release schedule and the Pokemon games were good. You know, every now and again you get a great one. I'm okay with that because some of the mods and some of the the what's the word I'm looking for? ROM hacks that we get are great. They're either better than good. They are actually great.
Yep.
And it's infuriating because like I feel like Pokemon gets a pass sometimes. So Game Freak gets a pass.
Yeah.
Where other gaming studios probably wouldn't. Which is a shame, really. But I am saying, despite everything with Scarlet and Violet, I'm looking forward to seeing what Pokemon Day brings because I think we spoke about this on the last batch of episodes we recorded, because this Pokemon Day, there's not been a time like it in terms of so many factors.
Yeah.
In terms of, 10th generation coming up, 30-year anniversary coming up, successor to the Switch coming up. Like, there's, so much that could potentially happen. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with it.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, and we talked about this in the last recording, so, we don't have to go too far deep in it if you don't want to, but, like, I agree with you because in the past we've been like, oh no, I wonder what's coming up. It's totally not going to be Gen 4 remakes. And like, it's been so obvious that like when it finally happens, it's like, okay, cool, it happened. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, we're in a weird spot that we haven't been in quite some time with Pokemon where it's like, what's actually going to happen with the franchise and what game are we going to get? I think it's going to be really exciting, and I am pumped. I haven't heard of an announcement of when we're getting it. I thought it was supposed to be sometime this upcoming week, but...
27th is when it is.
Oh, so we do know? I thought we didn't have a date
We know
yet.
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got released a week or two ago from what I remember.
Okay, the 27th.
So yeah, so it really not that far away. It's going to be interesting to see what they release, what they talk about, what they showcase. People are already speculating on Twitter because they've already said that to celebrate Pokemon Day, they are lighting up the Empire State Building in New York City with colors. So, and me and Connor were discussing this on the podcast about the colors. The colors don't really mean anything because the colors are just. It's just My thoughts are it is just a way to excite people about this is Pokemon, this is the exciting stuff. However, if they light up that building half black and half white, then all bets are off. At that point, you think, oh, yeah okay, universe coming. If they did something like that. But
that's the only... That's actually... You brought something, and you reminded me of something. It just popped in my head when you said that with Unova. The only thing that you could make an argument about in terms of this being very predictable or what's about to come with the Pokemon Presents is that in Scarlet and Violet, if you go through and do all the the invitations for the gym leaders and you get them to show up in the DLC, people have made videos about how there's a ton of hints to Unova. Now, that doesn't guarantee anything, but I guess that's the one thing you could lean on to be like, oh, I think we're going to be getting something with Gen 5. So that's the only thing I can think of, but...
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest with you. We all know Gen 5 is coming at some point. Like, a Gen 5, something is coming, whether or not it's a remake, whether or not it's a sequel. I personally would love them just to go, yeah, we're just going to do sequel. We're not even going to do a remake. It doesn't need a remake. We are just going to do a sequel.
What?
I would love that. Black and White. So we get Black and White 3.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
I would love to see
that.
Absolutely would love to see it. Something completely different, completely out there, something unique, and just let the remake sit for a little bit.
Okay, I like it. I think that makes sense. Man, that would be really cool. I think people would love that because Black and White and Black White 2 got a ton of love from the fans. Maybe not at first, but at this point, now that it's kind of settled in, I feel like people, with time, people have adjusted to it. So, no, I'd love that. I'd play that in a heartbeat. How are you doing with this battle, by the way? I'm doing a lot better this time around.
I
got swept here.
I'm stuck on an Arbok with parental bond that, despite being paralyzed, is causing me all manner of pain. However, I think Power Gem one-shots it here. It does not even one-shot it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's...
Arbok goes down this too.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, I was definitely nervous about this fight, but I also realized we were talking earlier about like how many sweepers I have on my team. I completely forgot that this Kyogre has Moxie. So if I start killing Pokemon, he just starts to sweep.
Just
so I've got 3. I've got actually 4 because Knuckles also has Bulk Up. My Chespin or whatever the heck this thing's called. So yeah, I've got a lot of sweepers. It's a little ridiculous.
Okay. So you're set. You're set. Good, because next episode, chances are we're taking on the next gym.
Crap, really?
Yeah, it comes around quick.
That's... Oh, wait, is this in Lumios? Or...
In Lumios City.
So we can do the taxis. With the power... Oh, no, we have to do the gym first to get the power back on, right? Or no?
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
I can't remember. It's been that long since I've... Oh, I've got freeze dry. It's been that long since I've played this, and I always forget. There's elements of X and Y that I know really well, then there's elements, all the extra little bits that I don't know. Like the little things that just don't stay in your brain unless you play a game as a kid.
Yep, agreed.
You know?
Yeah, there's definitely things in this game I remember, and then there's stuff where I'm like, where do we go next? I'm like, I really don't remember, but... Dude, I've got an Anorith as the last Pokemon, so...
And then we're done and dusted. I got 4 restores. He's giving me 4 restores. What a legend. Thank you.
How many do you get from him? Because that's really nice.
I can tell you because I know I had 2. No, I had none before this. I now have 2. I have 2 Hyper Potions and then a couple of fresh water. So it's not looking good for me.
Not looking great. But listen, it'll happen eventually. You'll get some items. Wow, we'll beat a gym, and you'll get what you need. I guess
there we go.
Aqua Jet. I gave Kyogre Aqua Jet over Ancient Power because I'm a physical attacker with Moxie. Plus, it gives me priority. So that's cool.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, they healed me.
Owen,
okay.
We have officially PB'd. We did it. Claps in chat, guys. Claps in chat. We did it. We did it. Wow.
Leave a like down below.
Good. Hit it. Leave the like.
Oh, forgot about this, dude.
Oh,
right.
God.
Should we wrap it up there? Yeah. Feels like a nice place to wrap up the episode.
This is exactly where I was hoping we were going to stop. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel and to Homan's channel. We did it. We PB'd. How much further can we go? Who knows? But when we die, we're not restarting and trying again because this would be a long series.
Long-ass series, yes, definitely.
Yoshi commented and was like, you guys are 20-something episodes in and you're on the 3rd gym. Nice one, guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Until then, we are out. Peace.
See ya.